Okay. Hello everyone, Gospel Evan here. Welcome back to Vampyr. Vampire. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that one. So as to remember the buttons, what again? Shit. I get that. Yeah, he's a vapor, didn't you know? Items, weapons, use, but, okay. Oh, whoops. Take me to the hospital. Let's continue that shit. I got some chocolate milk. And that is my beverage of choice for this stream. Oh, what a lovely loading bar. You must rest in a bed to spend XP and evolve. Look for hideouts. Ah, there it goes. And I thought it'd never. What's the word? Load. Pembroke Hospital. District status. Healthy. Okay, analyze William Bishop's blood or enter the backyard garden. You know what? I technically should do this, but... Oh, what's this? Shillings and aluminum powder. I'm gonna do this side quest, cause I like side quests. Oh, right. What is small bottle. Ah, right. Okay, that shit looks like it's locked. Oh, is that where I'm supposed to?
It's locked.
It's locked. Hold on a minute. No, wrong one. Did it deselect my gun? Yes, it did. Yes, it did. All for the used scythe. Oh, that's fine.
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
How dare you? Okay. Dick. Okay. Find the lost wallet in the garden. And it'd be one of those things. Another skull. Oh shit, multiple skull. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay, I'm gonna need you both. Okay. What? But I clicked the... Okay. Okay, no, this is fine. This is perfectly fine. I know what I'm doing. See, I know what I'm doing. Okay, Blood. Photography and wallet. A photography of a smiling and loving couple with a few words written on the back. Milton and Pippa forever.
So, Mr. Hooks and Nurse Hawkins are an item. Those two have hidden their affections well.
Interesting. Hi, Maddox. Okay.
Blood boil with the fever.
No, it's not over here. It's out here. Yeah, Maddox, I can't believe you're alive. Where the fuck? Oh, there we go. Milton? Oh, there you are.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet with all the money and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples just like you come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you're right. But we support each other. And that's all that matters.
Yeah, Maddox, did it work?
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not in intimate relationships with one another.
Come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running? There's nothing wrong with what we're doing.
Goodbye, Milton.
Okay, Milton. You be good. Okay. Okay, so that's complete. Find out who's... What the fuck? Prevent disease. Careless spitting, sneezing, coughing, spread influenza. Spread by droplets sprayed from nose and throat. Do not cough in public. Okay. Do 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 do. What is this? So many people. Am I supposed to go through my office? Well, fuck it. Oh. Oh, I get it. No, I don't. So I go out here. Yeah, game, I know. I'm supposed to be going up. Hey, who knows? Maybe I'll come by some rats and I'll just nom them. Okay. Ain't shit in there.
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
Well, I only see one individual. Hello, sir.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I?
No, there might be vampires
These bodies
now.
are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone.
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
How did you get this job?
After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there.
I didn't realize
Helped me
COVID
get
turned you
job
into a
here.
vampire. Maddox out here with all the insider news that they won't tell us on the news.
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago. You were missing, and she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved now.
Yeah, about that, Rakesh.
A pawnbroker? I expect you get all types of people here.
Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind of goods.
Who comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread. For the customers, for the hospital.
I'm very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
Okay.
What kind of goods?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So I trade, I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to help.
You know, Maddox, I don't think you should be going for that kind of blood either.
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful, sir.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is, we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
About that, Rakesh.
So you're ready to die?
No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man, Mr. Chidana.
No, Dr. Reed. I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
Oh, okay, I've done
Goodbye,
that.
Mr. Chidana.
Never ceases to amaze me how you, the dead, seem peaceful and lost at the same
Oh, right. You are an unknown individual.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed, yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you
shit.
in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Okay, you're not making a good case for being the for not being the first person I consume.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me. since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
Okay.
There is no need for such animosity between us. Don't you think the epidemic is already enough to deal with?
That is one point we could agree on. And that is precisely why I want to be sure that you will be of help to this hospital, instead of a burden.
Well, continue giving me attitude, and this hospital's gonna have one less doctor.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine,
Do not fucking
perhaps
tempt
you
me,
can
boy.
Tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments.
I'm gonna control myself unless he
Even if
continues to give me more lip.
a practitioner
You know
should
what they say, that you
express
don't give a
interest in
vampire
pushing
lip.
the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
Okay,
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you,
You're
I
not
did
supposed-
not
not
use the
supposed to give
wounded
them
play
neck.
the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
Sir, again, I have a little pocketbook of people I'm gonna try to eat. You were making a very good case for why you should be on it.
This is ridiculous. My blood transfusion technique saved many lives, and you know it.
You see? That is exactly what I hate about people like you. You avoid this kind of accusation instead of facing reality.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd. Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Oh, we're gonna talk later. In fact, let me just pull up my little pocketbook of people I am going to consider eating. For giving me so much neck, Mr. Ackroyd. You're going on it. Let me just come over here. Nope. There we go. Dr. Waverly Ackroyd. And this is what happens. Now what the fuck was... Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be, Oh hey, corpses. A crumpled letter. Dear love, I finally found the missing money for the fee asked by the ambulance driver to bring you to the hospital. Don't worry about nothing now except getting better, for I took care of everything. I asked some of our neighbors, and they told me that this Mr. Hooks is something of an honest crook. He may ask for extra money in exchange for a bed, but the bed is then guaranteed. I'm sorry I refused to pay first, and I realize now that the important thing is that you get better soon. The Pembroke Hospital is a good place, I heard, despite the bad behavior of this Milton Hooks. I promise you that everything is okay now. I'll see you in your clean bed as soon as possible. With fondest love, Nikolai. Now hold on a minute. Milton, Milton. Milton, you son of a bitch. Is that Is that a case for Milton going on the list? Say it ain't so. I like Milton. But hey, if he's a shit person, he gotta go. I'm making the world a better place. Now, where? Now then, it's supposed to be investigating here. Oh.
I hope that might help.
It's locked, all right.
Rakesh, what are you doing with those bodies?
I'm sorry you ended up on my plain and cold medical bench, sir. I understand you must be very angry about this unfair situation. I managed to mass grave as your wife. I hope that might help.
What the fuck? Now, how in the hell do I get in here? You know what? I'm gonna have to come back to this one. I need to go have a chat with Milton. Hey, Milton, you douche.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Tell me why you're extorting money from some of the patients here.
If a patient wants a bed, he'll have to pay me a little fee. That's all.
Where did you get the idea for such an immoral scam?
Funny you should ask. The first time it was from a patient who bribed me to get a bed. It's only then I realized I could make a fortune.
I've decided, Milton. Until further notice, you've made the list. Because extorting money from people who are on their deathbed and need medical care, well, that's just a fucked thing to do, Milton.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise
But
choice,
first,
Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
I don't remember what you had. I see. Well, eventually I will buy your shotgun, and after I've bought your shotgun, I'm afraid, Milton. I'm afraid you've got to die. So my list currently only has 2 people. A douchebag doctor who likes to give me a lot of lip. And poor old Milton, who's out here charging people just to get into the hospital. Don't get me wrong, I know that happens nowadays in America, but like... Ah, Rakesh, so glad you're out of there. I have a question.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana. It's locked.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again.
What do you have?
You have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
An enigmatic formula. A formula is written on a piece of paper. Seems complex. Needs to be analyzed. And you sell opium and codeine. Codeine. Interesting. With the rise of the epidemic, rapid shortage of legal medications, a lot of citizens, for its sedative. I recently used opium again. Okay. So people in London love their opium. How do I get in here? Let me in!
I'm
Shit!
sorry you ended up on my plain and cold medical bench, sir. I understand you...
Codeine, thank you.
This unfair situation.
Jesus Christ, the only thing I can see...
It's locked, all right.
Supposed to be here. But I ain't see shit. Wait a minute. Are those rats? No, those are vampire hunters. Well, well, well. Well, this should be fine. Excuse me, gentlemen. Shit. Num 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 num. Come on, mother. Watcha. Cool. Yeah, watches his body get necked. Okay, now I'm supposed to be reading this letter. Survey mission, 25th of October. From Guard of Priwen Command Post. To East End Patrols. Object, Vampire Activity, Hospital, Survey, Investigate. 3 days ago, one of our new recruits heard a rumor about the presence of a female vampire hiding in the Pembroke Hospital, London East End. All we have is her first name, Thelma. Your mission is to discreetly go there and observe any Oh, Jesus Christ. That would be an alarm. An alarm clock. Don't worry about it. Your mission is to discreetly go there and observe any suspicious activity concerning said leech. Then report directly back to us, and we will decide what action should be taken. Interesting. Find the local command post of the Guard of Priwen. Nah, it's not a house fire. Okay, Gotta go kill those poor women because they're looking at my house. Not my house, my hospital. Whitechapel Street. You know what? I'm not the level for that yet. I see that level 18 shit. I'm only level 5. I'm gonna logic this and say I should not be over there yet. So I'm just gonna continue the main quest. And Thelma, I will deal with the local command post in a hot minute. So let's just go over here and untrack that for the moment. Don't worry, Thelma. I'll deal with your problems soon. What is that supposed to mean, Katana? I use logic sometimes. Okay, sit in the bed. Body condition. Okay, look. Increase my health by 100. Yes, I should probably do that. Yes, confirm. Okay. You know, I think he did leave without saying goodbye, because he has not talked in a while, and it keeps going down to just 2 viewers. So maybe he did leave. Analyze that shit. Light regeneration serum.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
So much time now. Well, surely I have time to talk at least with the rest of the people who don't have whose names I've yet to learn. There's Dr. Swansea. Thelma. Pippa. Unknown. Hello, sir.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
See, Dr. Aykroyd? This is what this is how you should be acting.
Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Okay, you don't have to be that fanboyish, but maybe not. Just don't be a dick. And you wouldn't be on my list.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
Well, I'll be glad to help you.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
Well, I mean, it is a disease.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental. and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
Okay, Strickland, if you're doing some dangerous shit that's putting people's lives on the line and coming up with fucking nothing, then
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
okay.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
You're quite optimistic.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
Okay. Missing ingredients. Citizen investigations. Okay, this goes to both of them, huh? Interesting. Back. Personal questions.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Interesting.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Okay. I'm on the fence about you, Dr. Strickland. But for the time being, I'll consider you an okay person. Okay, so... Who's this? Dorothy. Hello, Harvey.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Okay.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Well, this could be something as serious as cutting yourself with something rusty, or something as stupid as getting a splinter and it getting infected.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable, and your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is, I disagreed about wood and nails, not flesh and bones.
Yeah. Yep. That's definitely what this is. Sprained his wrist, but he also has arthritis, and he moved his arm wrong. I can fucking relate.
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
Oh. Well, that's depressing.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Oh.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
Well, shit. Well, I know one person not going on the fucking list, and that's Harvey. Now I feel bad.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army. Building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
Well, Harvey.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
I'll leave you there. Strickland, Dorothy, Aykroyd, an unknown.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No.
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Okay, well, my best guess is this motherfucker got jumped by a vampire.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time.
No. Hello there.
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession.
The fuck are you doing with your hand there?
More ambitious about their futures than their families.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
Okay.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients
Yep,
of such
this bitch is a Black Widow.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
Well, well, well. Pippa Hawkins.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Oh, I'll do more than talk.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Pippa, 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 Pippa. So not only is Milton a money laundering douchebag, but it seems Pippa Hawkins is a money laundering cunt.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Milton cheats patients out of their money at this hospital, Pippa. Are you his accomplice?
Yes, I am.
Is this your definition of being useful? By abusing the sick and poor?
No. It is my definition of getting out of this useless life once and for all.
Why do you do it?
Why not? Most of the sick who paid for a bed are already dead, or will be soon. Don't you see the futility of all this?
You put a price on hope. This goes against everything you swore to uphold as a nurse.
Report me then, Dr. Reed. Report the little nurse and keep on lying about the surgical errors, the wrong dosages and diagnostics that we all covered for the sake of our colleagues.
Whose idea was it?
What difference does it make? We did it together, and I'm guilty as charged.
Answer my question.
It was my idea first, even though Milton would say it was his, to protect me.
Pepper, I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes? Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that, just feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins. But are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke, we break rules all the time.
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke. But we do our best to get by. That's all any of us can hope for nowadays.
Okay.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Okay, I've met all but 2. Details. Okay, I could easily get her, but I want to get the last 2 hints before I go and, you know, do the deed that needs to be done. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Seems to be falling apart. But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, I think I get it. I think I'm supposed to be right there in order to investigate the action. How do I get right there? Well, whatever. Well, yeah, obviously this is like a parkour.
How can I be sure I'll not find your unconscious body in the house again?
I promise you, you'll not find my unconscious body.
For God's sake, how can you say such a thing?
How can you refuse to listen? I tried to warn you for so long.
No, I won't let my only son die. You promised me you'll stay alive.
Your son lied to you, like the whole world lies to us.
Interesting. Interesting.
Perhaps I should have considered the offer from that candidate.
Interesting. I have no idea. I have no idea what the fuck that means. However.
Good evening, sir.
Hello.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Oh. He attempted suicide.
Admit it, Mortimer. Your mother had you hospitalized here because you tried to kill yourself.
Yes, it's true.
All right, then. This is the first time we've really shared information about your case. Shall we call this progress?
Call it what you want, Dr. Reed.
Okay, so Mortimer requires a hug. And to be told that he's important to people.
You can trust me. I won't report you to the authorities. My one and only concern is your health.
I guess I should thank you then.
Can I help you in any way, Mr. Goswick?
I wrote a letter for my mother. She was supposed to read it after after my death. But I suppose she doesn't have to read it now.
I see.
Look, I know that's not how that works, but it couldn't hurt.
Tried to take your own life.
Yes. And I don't want anyone reading my last words. I mean, I'm still here. If you bring me back that letter, then perhaps we'll talk.
Okay. So I need to go get his suicide note.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Don't.
Okay. So, where would that investigation lead me? It would take me down there. Alright. It's over there. Surely there won't be things beyond my ability. Ah, okay, it's been an hour. What the fuck? A blood trail? What the shit? Yeah, I'm gonna avoid that like the plague. Oh, Mortimer's house is a safe room. Okay. I'm cool with that. That's the note, but is there anything else in here that I can... Okay, good thing I didn't go mess with those motherfuckers. They're like 4 levels above me. And that's been blocked. Okay, and here's that. Ooh. Fertile is the belly of the beast. Vampires create their foul progeny with blood. We all know that. Some of us witness the process even. But what is really going on there? Is it the only way for a vampire to breed? Let's review what we know so far. When willing to create a progeny, a vampire will not bite, but give its blood to drink. Most of the victims die when bitten, but some of them survive and turn into leeches themselves. This only happens when they have assimilated the vampire blood, one way or another. It is not the predator's bite, but its blood, that infects the victim, who will turn if he or she survives the suffering of the metamorphosis. It also seems that a vampire can breed by having intercourse. The vampire mates to produce a child. Sexual intercourse between vampire and human rarely produce any birth, but some of them tried anyway. A vampire gestation is only a few weeks short, and the pain is almost unbearable for the mother. If she is mortal, she will not survive the birth. The vampire comes out of her womb by tearing apart her entrails. If the mother is a blood drinker, it will probably survive and regenerate. The newborn vampire will quickly grow and turn into an adult vampire in only a few months. From The Adversary by Kendall Stone, founder of the Guard of Priwen. Jesus Christ.
It's locked, all right.
Locked? I can't lockpick it. Okay. Folded letter. My dear mother. Yeah, Ree can be a dad. And there is a female vampire, so hey, there's that. My dear mother, when you find this letter, I'll be gone. I want you to know that I don't leave because of you. I leave this world because of the crushing weight that existence puts upon me. These times are too much for me. Sometimes I feel like Baudelaire's verses have been written as an echo from my own heart. when the low heavy sky weighs like a lid upon the spirit aching for the light, and all the white hid by a black day sadder than any night. It's as beautiful as it is painful, Mother. I can't suffer it any more. I don't want you to try to convince me, and it would only delay the inevitable, for I would do it again if by any chance you managed to save me once. Farewell, your son, Mortimer.
In this letter, Mortimer Goswick does nothing to hide his desire to die. I could give it to his mother, but doing so would betray his trust.
Shit. Crap, now I gotta make a moral decision. Okay, let's weigh the potential pros and cons here. If I give this letter to Mortimer, I gain his trust and can talk to him. And potentially help him through what he's going through. Or I give it to his mother, betraying Mortimer's trust, and I really don't know how the mother's gonna react to her son being suicidal. Do I go with doctor-patient confidentiality, or do I tell the mum? Shit. I think, realistically speaking, I should give the letter back to Goswick. You know what? Yeah, I already told Mortimer he can trust me. I don't want to break that trust.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
You know what? When I said you could trust me, I fucking meant it.
I have retrieved your letter, Mr. Goswick. I can assure you that nobody read it but me.
Thank you. This is for you, then. For your help. And for your silence.
I think you should talk to your mother. It would be good for both of you.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. I'll think about it. Now, please, let me be.
Okay, so admittedly, I read your letter.
I've read your letter, Mortimer. You wrote about an unbearable feeling of despair while the world crumbles around you. Tell me more about it.
There's nothing more to say, really. It's hurtful, it's unbearable, and I don't ask anyone to understand what I feel.
What do I say that will not lead to a fuck up? Probably pain is a precious tool or something. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'll go with pain as a precious tool.
The
Boop.
world is bleak, but maybe the pain we feel is the best compass for making it a better place.
How can we repair the world, Dr. Reed, when mankind is the biggest problem? Yes, the world will be a much better place when we're gone.
Ah. I wonder how many of those options I can choose.
I've read your letter, Mortimer. You wrote about an unbearable feeling of despair while the world crumbles around you. Tell me more about it.
There's nothing more to say, really. It's hurtful, it's unbearable, and I don't ask anyone to understand what I feel.
The world is bleak, but maybe the pain
Okay,
we feel
okay.
is the best
So once you make your
compass for making
choice,
it a better
that's how.
place.
Okay, that make.
How can we
Okay.
repair the world, Dr. Reed, when mankind is the biggest problem? Yes, the world will be a much better place when we're gone.
Okay.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. she'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reed. It's my mother.
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'll let you get some rest, then.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Okay. Investigation succeeded.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Oh. Oh. Okay. Well, surely this question here is, do I exhaust all my dialogue options, or do I continue to hide Mortimer's secret? That's true. He's gonna try to do it again. So, might as well exhaust my dialogue options here.
Your son wished to die, Beatrice. Why did you hide such crucial information?
Are you not aware suicide is a crime? Mortimer could be thrown in jail. I can't let that happen.
Why is suicide a crime?
The legal consequences, Mrs. Goswick. But don't you realize your silence significantly affects your son's case?
All my son needs is help and comprehension, not judgment and punishment for what he may or may not have done.
Actually, here's the thing, Katana. It actually is a crime in a lot of places, believe it or not. And I don't know why. Like, who the fuck gets charged? Like, people who fuck up and don't succeed in their suicide? Do you, like, throw the body in jail? I don't get it. It makes no sense. I don't think we're okay, Katana. I think people will have a serious problem. Yo, you want to stop suicide? Make it illegal. I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
I have read your son's suicide note. It was not an impulsive gesture, nor was it his first attempt.
He threatened to kill himself a few times before. But I never thought he would dare to punish me this much.
Punish you? Why?
I've known for a long time he was not happy with his life. But I always hoped he cared enough to avoid making me suffer like this.
Uh-huh.
Mortimer is extremely vague as to his motivations for committing suicide. Tell me more about what you know.
As you say, Mortimer had no reason to die. All he said to me was that he wanted to make the world a better place, but couldn't.
Why did your son feel so useless when facing the world?
I think it was more that he could only see the melancholy facets of life. He couldn't help but dwell on such things.
What do you think he meant by making the world a better place?
Mortimer has always been a sensitive soul. He wouldn't talk to anyone for months after his father passed. Carries everyone's sadness with him.
You realize your son could try to kill himself again? He might succeed next time.
I think about it every minute. But I won't stop fighting for my son's future. That's how much I love him.
Okay, do I go nice and say that he's lucky to have you? Do I go pessimistic by telling her to prepare for the worst? Or do I call her out for being in denial? What would be the best course of action here? You are very right, Katana. I really don't want to mess with a rich bitch.
You're right. Your son's death was not fatal. And unlike many on their own, he is lucky to have you by his side.
I can't give up on him. I just can't. I have conceded many times in my life, but giving up on my son is something I am incapable of.
Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair. Okay.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick. Good evening, Mr. Goswick.
Okay, did that unlock anything with you? It did.
Your mother won't let you down, Mortimer. Don't you share her hope for a better future?
No. I don't.
Won't you even try?
Do you want me to promise you I'll get better? Do you want me to tell her the same thing? I could, but it would not change anything.
Ah, that's fair.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Bitch, I'm trying to talk to you.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Okay.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Okay, real
Good
quick,
evening,
what is
Mr.
this
Goswick.
medical checkup thing?
I'm okay.
I have to go now, sir.
Okay.
But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
So, since I don't see in the immediate area those individual. So basically it's a case of how dare you kill yourself when I should be the one to kill you, basically. That's kind of fucked. There's a third floor. I can't reach the third floor. Oh well. Well, time to actually continue the story. I got a little bit too invested in that. Humans. Spring. You can perform a supernatural move to your target and cause damage upon landing. Drain your stamina to fade into the shadows and become invisible to most enemies. Moving in this stage will drain more stamina. You will exit shadows if you attack or dodge, or when your stamina is empty. I need 500 for that, but hard biting. Damage inflicted when using bite in combat. Okay, as much as I want the invisible thing, I do need my bite to be better. Confirm. The following night.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
No. Give me one momento. I'm gonna drink the bad people, don't worry.
Hurry.
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
And what would it be?
Crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
There's no antiseptics at all.
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
Jesus Christ, I've been here for not that long, and already I'm being made to do everything. Look, I get I'm probably the best doctor in this hospital, but surely y'all aren't so incompetent. Oh, itchy. Hi.
It's locked.
It's locked. Are there any skulls back here? 'Cause I'll kill them. There's not, but there is still blood. Oh, there it is. Okay. Rats. Rat blood is not as potent or tasty as a human source, but it will partially refill your blood bar. Or in other words, drink the rats. Okay. The old morgue. Okay, I need ferrous tartrate, quinine, and sodium hypochlorite. Okay, I see signs of blood, but I don't see any life forms. It feels like I'm walking into a trap. Be sure you lock this place for sanitary reasons and not because there are vampires and other monstrosities in here. Because, I mean, even if there are other monstrosities in here, I'll kill them. I'll kill them dead. Okay, so... Oh, no, that's above me. Okay. Okay, quick scan. Nobody in here. I mean, I fucking hear it. So unless that's some random ass ambient noise, there are definitely at least skulls in here. Okay, that's locked. But I do have to go down there. See? See, I knew it. There is a skull, and... Come on, bitch. Come on, bitch. Yum, 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 yum.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
Oh, damn, this guy got fucked. But I'll take your cigarette case. Okay, so that was one of the words I could not pronounce. That's a locked door. Okay, that's not a person, that's just blood splatter on a door. Bottle of alcohol.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Basement key? Nothing else of interest right there. Oh, a skull. Ah, nyam, 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 nyam. Bah! I'm getting good at this. Okay.
Balls of Mars. Fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
Okay. Nothing else of use in here. There is a third floor. Fuck it. Might find something of use. Or I'll just find a dead body. That works too.
It's locked, all right.
Okay, I need a key for in there. But whatever. Okay, they're now bad boys. What? There was a motherfucker. And then he poofed. Rogue skull, rogue skull, rogue skull. So...
These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of bones. They're not after.
Num 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 num. Okay. Num 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 num. Ah! Fucking shit. Ah, motherfucking shit, bitch. "91 minutes. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Motherfucker. Okay. Once we're done with the morgue, we'll, once I'm done with the morgue, I'll call it. Holy fucking shit. Motherfucker came out of goddamn fucking nowhere, jumping me like a son of a bitch. Just gonna top up on blood. Cool. Any bitch in here? Nope, doesn't look like it. Just a random corpse.
It's locked.
Lister knife, huh? Blood absorb. You just acquired a new type of offhand weapon. Equipped it and press triangle to directly absorb blood. Okay. And I found a note. Death report. Office of Pembroke Hospital Medical Examiner. Report of investigation. Descendant. Decedent. Samuel Connor. Race Caucasoid. Caucasian. Male. Sex male. Age 39. Home address unknown. Occupation fisherman. Type of death natural. Probable cause of death. Fast progressing pneumonia by virus-induced pulmonary consolidation. Spanish influenza. Examination attendees. Dr. Corcoran Tippett. Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Name and signature of medical examiner. Dr. Corcoran Tippett.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this.
No investigation. Find the cause of death. Okay, well, let's examine, motherfucker.
Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps? The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened. A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then, he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
Tippett. You silly bitch. Does that just lead to this room? Yeah, that just leads to this room. Okay. Okay. That looks like it's closed. Alright. Okay, Mr. Poofy Vamp. John Doe! Okay, motherfucker. Whew. You ain't shit. Oh, okay. Num 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 ba ba. Ah, bitch.
Skulls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting. Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
Okay. Craft treatment for fatigue. Okay. Well, first and foremost, let's analyze that. Watery-rich blood sample. Analyze that. Recycle, 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 recycle. Achievement for fatigue. Craft. Okay. Now I just gotta leave. Weird part is I still hear more oh god, there's one right there. Let's go, bitch! Bitch. Okay. One more rogue skull and he's trying to run from me. Oh, there's two there. You know what? I deal with them. But nah. But nah. Before I turn in this quest, first I want to talk to Tippets and Brannigan, because what they doing is what they did was a little fucked, and might be getting them on my list. Okay. I'm going to interrogate Tippett and Brannigan, and then I shall spend my points and then call it. Public notice: prevent influenza. Cover each cough and sneeze with a handkerchief. Walk to work. Do not spit. Drink from your own cup. Avoid crowds. If taken ill, go to bed and send for a doctor. To make a mask, take a piece of ordinary cheesecloth, 8 by 16 inches. Fold it to make it 8 by 8 inches. Next, fold it to make it 8 by 4 inches. The cords about 10 inches long at each corner. Apply over mouth and nose as shown in the picture. Issued by the LLC Board of Health. Oh. There's someone over there.
I'm really sorry, sir. I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Where the fuck? Well, there's that. Where the fuck are... An unknown person? Interesting.
Perhaps I should have considered the offer from that Caterpillar fellow.
Interesting. Hello, Pippa. Sean Hampton. That's locked. What the shit? There's Aykroyd. There's Strickland.
Blaming me will not further your agenda, sir.
Huh. Are they fucking not here? Or are those assholes upstairs? No, does not seem like it. So where in the absolute hell? Ah! There's Gwyneth.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
Okay. Well, first and foremost. Oh.
Why
Okay.
does Dr. Tippett's claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reed. Do you really think we can afford to lose a brilliant practitioner like Dr. Tippett in our situation?
Well, Gwyneth, this great doctor of yours seemingly fucked up a very simple procedure and killed a man. So, I'm afraid you did not have the right.
To clear Dr. Tippett's name must be the decision of Dr. Swansea. You can't take matters into your own hands.
I respect Dr. Swansea's authority and management, but he's no idea what happens here on a daily basis. I did what I had to do.
Do you know what that means, Gwyneth? That means you've made the list.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
An invisible enemy? Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No. I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
Okay. Okay.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Well, now I just need to interrogate Cochrane. And frankly, first I need to find Cochrane. I don't recall where the hell he is. Hold on. What does he even look like? This motherfucker. See, perhaps out here. There he is.
Good evening, Dr. Tippett.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more, unto the breach.
Dude, you ain't got nothing to prove.
You've nothing to prove, Dr. Tippett, to anybody. And we all praise your experience. Please, have some rest.
I am perfectly fine, and I am not too old for this job.
Well, that's where I would have to disagree.
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He is a bleeding heart.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks. Maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed a body.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
I'm sorry. You want me to do what now?
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Okay.
Another night with the glorious battalion of Pembroke.
No, in exchange... Choose what to do with Dr. Tippett.
We have no effective treatment for this influenza. We are horrific.
It is more... yeah. Okay, I will say for Corcoran, he's more just exhausted. He's not doing it out of maliciousness. However, Gwyneth definitely stays on the list, but I won't add Tippett's because at least he's trying to help. However, cover Dr. Tippett in exchange for his resignation. Trust Gwyneth Brannigan and cover Dr. Tippett's error.
Good evening, Dr. Tippett.
So I only have...
good news to share?
I will cover for you, Dr. Tippett, by keeping what happened to Mr. Connor to myself.
I don't know what to say, actually. I can't exactly force you to become my accomplice.
You didn't force me. This is my decision to make. I believe you're still of use to the hospital, considering the situation.
Then I can make you this promise. As soon as the epidemic is eradicated, I will resign.
Okay.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
You're a good man, Dr. Tippett. Gwyneth, on the other hand, she's got a lot of proving to do before she leaves the list. I mean, there are two people that are staying on the list no matter what they do, and that would be Milton and Pippa. I mean, charging people for a bed, that's just fucked up.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Okay. Milton! You asshole. I can buy your shot... Yeah, fuck it. I can buy your shotgun. I can buy your bullets. 115 minutes? Alright. I'm good on those. Okay. Now that I have his shotgun, I can kill Milton now. But I'm gonna go ahead and head up to the up to my room, spend my XP, and then call it. Okay, 1,000. Shadow Veil. I definitely want this. I like the idea of being able to sneak. You will block your target's blood in their veins, making them defenseless, or you create an invisible barrier, absorbing direct damage until it fades or is destroyed. How much is it, though? Yeah, I want that. Okay. Okay. I do believe that this is where I shall end it at almost 2 hours. Like, just 3 minutes off. Like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you do at the end of a stream. I will not give a guarantee on the next time I will continue Vampyr, but I will see y'all next time. Goodbye.